Hello, beautiful friend. Welcome back to the Meant to Bloom podcast. It's the personal growth podcast for hot mess moms. This is the show where we talk about real life motherhood struggles, plus some simple steps and strategies to take control of your time, drop the mom guilt, strengthen your sanity, and start to unblock your joy. Join me and take the journey from overwhelmed to overjoyed, from hot mess to happy mom. I'm your host, Brittany Clarkson, and I am so glad you're here today. We are going to talk about Taylor Swift. Sorry, not sorry. Honestly, I hated Taylor Swift for so long, and that's part of what I want to talk about today is my transition, the journey from hater to lover, and how Taylor Swift has actually helped me break up with my bad habits. And it's really not just Taylor Swift; it is so many musicians. So many of them have helped me with my mental health and to break up with bad habits. And I want to tell you exactly how that happens. But first, let's talk about how I used to hate Taylor Swift. Like her Tim McGraw era, debut era, all of the beginning was not into her. And people were always confused because they expected me to be an absolute Swiftie from the beginning, and I was not. And I hated anytime I heard a song of hers that was, an absolute bop, something that I really, enjoyed hearing. And I would just get so sick of it. Like, honestly, You Belong With Me. I hated that I liked it. My mom would always say she didn't understand why I didn't like Taylor Swift because Taylor Swift reminded her so much of me. Back when I was younger in high school and whatnot. Now I would greatly take it as a compliment. Back then I very much cringed at it and did not like it. And part of this is my mental health journey, my personal growth journey has led me to becoming a Swiftie. Yes, I stopped hating her and became very indifferent to her a few years back. Probably maybe like 4 or 5 years ago when I started my personal growth journey and started doing the inner work and confronting the parts of me and accepting all of the parts of me that I had previously hated. And what I realized was I was hating the parts of Taylor Swift that I saw myself in. I hated myself so much that anything about her that reminded me of myself made me angry. So if there's someone out there that you are absolutely cringing and hating at all of the time, maybe it's because they remind you of parts of yourself that you have not yet accepted. That's where I was with that. And so when I learned how to accept myself, I practiced my self-love. And I really learned how to accept me for me, where I'm at. I became indifferent to her. And then when I heard the song Anti-Hero, and it talked all about, midnights become my afternoons, and talked a lot about depression and just not feeling like you fit in and wanting to, a lot of escapism, and all of that. I so related to it that, when she released Speak Now, Taylor's version, her next album out after Midnights, that was the first album I ever actually listened to when I heard it came out, because I was excited for the debut of it, for the release. And then Tortured Poets, when that came out, I was all over it. Just, April 20th, like the next day. Maybe it was the first day. Maybe it was April 19th. But I was pretty excited to listen to it, listen to the whole thing multiple times through and through. And now I would call myself a late in life Swiftie, I guess. But that's 4 minutes of me talking about Taylor Swift. So let's move on. I don't need to keep just mentioning her name over and over and over again. I'm sure the algorithm gets the point by now. I'm sure you get the point by now. But here is this specific type of music therapy that I have used for years. Like back before I was a Swiftie, honestly, but now that I am a Taylor Swift fan, like she definitely helps me break up with bad habits. She is the queen of breakup songs. But here's what I do is I dissociate myself from the parts of me that I don't want anymore. I did this a lot with my depression at the beginning when I chose to no longer identify as depressed, to no longer say I am depressed, but to say I have struggled with depression. And then I shifted into breaking up with depression. I am no longer available for my depressive episodes. I'm done with it, and I broke up with that. And I have broken up with many bad habits along the way as part of that. But honestly, in the mental health journey, there was so much of this just dissociating and detaching and severing and cutting the ties of, allowing that to be part of your identity. If you're allowing it to be part of your identity, like, I'm just not a morning person. I just, I don't like the way water tastes. I need my morning coffee. That's just how I am. Whatever it is, maybe it's a perspective you have, maybe it's a bad habit, maybe it's negative thoughts towards other people. I've struggled with so many of these things. To dissociate from it, to let it be something that is separate from your identity, and to say, this is something I have struggled with. This is a piece of my life, not my identity. It's a piece of my life. It's a milestone. It's a marker. It's a stepping stone. It's something else that has been taking up too much time in my life, and I'm ready to let it go. And then you go and listen to music, and you start to listen to music through a new lens. All right. There are two lenses that I listen to my music through as therapy practices. Okay. The first one is breaking up with my bad habits, with the pieces of me I no longer want to keep. The things that have been in my life that are not me, my depression, my bad habits, and whatnot. Listen to breakup songs. Get in your car and belt them out. Get in the shower, belt them out, wherever you'll sing it, dance it, whatever. Feel however you feel that music the most. Okay? Go ahead and cry about it. But actually go through the stages of breaking up with ... Like, I actually sang so many breakup songs to my depression, and I should have written it down ahead of time. Christina Perri has a song that it was a really, really popular one around the time that I was really trying to break up with my depression. Jar of Hearts. That's what it is. I just Googled that right in front of you. Not in front of you, but while we're on the air. I didn't remember. I had to Google it. It was Jar of Hearts. And I sang that to my depression. I put that song on repeat and I felt it. And I broke up with that piece of my life. So that is one lens. And then the second lens is listening to love songs and sing them in the mirror. Okay? Or you don't have to sing it. Put on a love song and look in your own eyes in the mirror while you listen to it. Put on a love song and sing it, like, play it for you. Go through the process of falling in love with yourself. All right. And those are really, like, mostly the two types of music that invoke feeling, is love and breaking up. Break up with the parts you don't want. Fall in love with the parts you want more of. Those are those two lenses to look through music through and use it as therapy. Set some serious intentions when you do this. Decide, journal. I mean, I always journal. That's how I get through everything. Otherwise, my thoughts just kind of run on a loop and they'll repeat themselves a lot until I write them down. The best way to not obsess about things for me is to write them down, to journal it, to get it out, to put it on paper. But to set those intentions and to decide what you're going to cut cords with, what's not serving you, let it go, break up with it. You know, that is that. And I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for coming today. And also a quick note, if you didn't catch the last episode, and in case you don't catch the next one, I'm here every Wednesday with a new episode for you, June through July. And then I will be taking a break August and September. Take that time to go back and listen to your favorite episodes. Take that time to message me and let me know which episodes you're missing the most. But we will be taking a break through August and September. Did I say that right? I'm going to continue Wednesdays, June through July, and then August and September, we're going to take a break. And when I come back in October, things are going to be different. We're changing it up, doing something that's never been done before. And I mean, a lot of people right now are switching their podcasts just over to YouTube, and that's so cool and that's wonderful. And I love that. I'm going another step farther and doing things even more different. It's not going to be a weekly podcast anymore. And it's also not going to be seasons. It's going to be something new and exciting, and I cannot wait to announce it. But I'm going to wait until we get a little bit closer and I can start dropping sneak peeks and details. But for now, I'll just kind of drop these breadcrumbs and these clues and let you know kind of what's going on. But I am so excited. It's going to serve both of us so much better. It's going to allow me to take a lot more time off with my family. It's going to allow me to spend a lot more time in the Bloom Room, where I am very present and very dedicated and teaching master classes. And I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited. I don't want to get super too long-winded, but if you're afraid you're going to miss me during those 2 months away, hop into the Bloom Room now. We do monthly planning parties for free. We'll have some like webinars and workshops and challenges in the free group. If you want to take it another step farther, go ahead and join the membership. It's only $22 a month, and we are doing 2 master classes plus a coaching call all summer long. And then we'll drop back, I think, to 1 masterclass per month guaranteed and 1 coaching call per month. But you also get access to all of the paid guides, the whole digital vault. It's well worth your money. The digital vault currently contains, I believe, $77 worth of product, which, getting in for $22 a month. Come on. If you could see the face I'm making at you right now. Come on. It's a no-brainer. And you get to spend so much time with me. You get so much more from me. It's like the podcast on drugs. Drugs are bad. I shouldn't have said that. I love you so much. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. Happy healing.